They're going to have to go back to the well to find a pass rusher. Kyle Van Noy is, getting up there, had a great week, but has been down overall. And they're going to have to find a way to address that key pass rusher piece.
They are playing so many young guys too. I mean, you gotta like Mike Green is playing almost 70% of the snaps for a rookie second round pick. Malachi Starks is playing just about 100% of the snaps every week. Teddy Buchanan, a rookie fourth round pick, is playing a ton of snaps. Nate Wiggins is still a second year guy. He's not leaving the field. Keon Martin is giving them good snaps. CJ Okoye is playing about a dozen snaps a game. I mean, I'll really credit that defensive staff. They are getting a lot at a lot of young players who look completely overmatched earlier in the season. And you've seen the progress. You've seen them get better. Not to take this to an O-line thing, but I think that's the disappointment in the O-line. You haven't seen that steady progress. Defensively, you've seen the progress with so many young players, and now they're looking like they're not looking like as if they're wide-eyed rookies as much as they were early in the season. Yeah. I think Malachi Starks he missed a big tackle on Sunday, but man, he's played really good football over the last month.
Guys, when you talk about the secondary too, we'd be remiss if Cheeto's name doesn't come up. And we just got a super chat a few moments ago from Andrew G, who's already calling for his extension. And then how can you not talk about a key pass breakup in the end zone, as Jeff mentioned in one of his post-game tweets on Sunday, that Chido was directly involved in. So this is a corner that has AFC North experience, having played with Cincinnati. He was with Tennessee last year. I remember chatting back and forth with one of their longtime reporters, Jeff, maybe you know him personally, Paul Kuharski. And I was like, well, what went wrong for Tennessee to let him go? And he was like, they're trying to make a concerted effort to get younger and healthier. Well, how's that working out for him? One. And two, Cheeto's been healthy and he's playing good football. Now, granted, he made up for his miss there on I think it was the Jerry Jeudy play, and comes back with just a terrific play, as you mentioned, here in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of teaching tape, right? On how you continue to work through the ball and you don't give up on the play.
Stevens.
Yeah, and you don't panic. Like, he could easily panicked on that play and started grabbing or just bodied the guy and given up the pass interference in the end zone. The press box is right there and right. My seat was kind of almost I don't want to say directly in front, but I had a great angle for that play. And when that ball went up in the air, how many times have we seen that type of play made against the Ravens in a spot like that over the years? And he kept working the ball and he played that like a veteran. I mean, that again, I asked John Harbaugh about that. It was like teaching tape for a young cornerback on how not to panic, even if you're a little beat by a little, to keep working on the hands and keep working on the ball. That was a spectacular play. Again, like, I don't want to turn this into I told you so. And I'm not saying me as an I, but the whole idea was if you got one high quality veteran cornerback out of Alexander and Chido, you'd be good with it. And yes, Jair Alexander didn't work, but one of the main reasons Jair Alexander didn't get on the field was because Awuzie was better. He was better all through training camp. He was healthier. And I think the one game Awuzie didn't really play well was Kansas City. And as it turns out, he was dealing with a hamstring issue that sidelined him for a little bit. So, and he's got some energy. He's got some swagger. He likes to talk a little bit. A high energy guy. You hear him in the locker room. I think he's been a very good addition. And, it's also one of those things where you kind of start admiring a guy because how much you played against him. And I think they always really respected him when he was on the Bengals and they had some of those tough matchups. They always thought he was a really good player. And it comes like they have a chance to get him. He's cut, so he doesn't count as a comp pick, which is music to Eric DeCosta's ears. And he wanted to be there, so they had an opportunity to grab him. There were a couple moves that DeCosta made this offseason that clearly didn't work out. But this one you put in the positive. This one may lead the positive department.